She just. Pirate.
Can you imagine if we did that the entire set?
That's the. Ugh.
That's a mouthful. A schmouthful.
That's a great curse to put on someone.
And this is coming after Shadu 3-0 Cal, by the way. So this is just quarters here, actually, instead. So winner of this will take on the winner of Nuck Black Tiger.
Okay.
But yeah, Shadu just immediately getting to work here. Getting that quick guaranteed percent from Mythra.
Ooh, yep.
Love the roll read too on the neutral B.
Hey, you got hella percent lead, so might as well go for something. I think that hit. Yeah, I mean, it was just a shield, but it's still, that down air is massive.
This is having the mobility that he just has to play around Ken 2 is such a boon in this matchup. And just having options both on the ground and in the air to find openings, which, as we've seen so far when Kit's put on stream, he loves for you to approach from the air into his space. So Shadu just has plenty of options to play around that.
Oh. Right on this stage. I was confused. He could have gone for it. Okay, well, never mind. Doesn't matter now. But he got a grab at that percent where you can do up throw into that 50-50 and opted for the forward throw instead, but it didn't end up mattering.
Sometimes going for a ledge trap can work just as well too. Like you do have to like get the read regardless, but getting that down air into the up air, which also another example of just how Kit's game plan is put to the test here, where you can't just wait for the jump in to get that uphill because you might just have a pyro down air waiting for you on the way down.
Uh-oh. That is an ill-advised side B, but doesn't get super punished for it. Could've. Wow.
Yeah, the pyro coming back out again here at this early percent, but he just so patient on that down air. You think he's not going to throw down that situation and just wait to the last possible second to do so.
And it makes you think that Kit might have been trying to parry it, but my problem might have just gotten mixed.
I definitely got mixed there, just with how late that down air was finally, executed. Just a fantastic time mix from Shadu, and again, just getting to work here on this early percent with Mythra. It just does not have an answer right now.
Oh no, not at all. And these ledge situations are so tough.
Man, you're tripping. Back in 63%. If there's any way to get back into a set, it's into a game. There's just a couple of just really strong combos coming out, but falling out of the Shoryuken.
Sure you tripping.
Sure you can.
No, dude, turned it around, but got the down air into the back air. Not killing, not even kill Sparky. You'd think at 120 it would.
Ken's got his beat on his bones, but yeah, that catching the neutral get up there with that forward kill.
Can I get a review on that, ref?
On what?
What the hell was that hitbox? He was a country mile away. He got
it was within range of the tip of that sword.
Didn't look great. That was that might be the furthest I've ever seen it hit from. So perfect spacing from Shadu.
Well, it basically covers roll as well.
Yeah. Watching Kit play is just a roller coaster. There's times where he's just so dominant and winning, and then it's just loop-de-loop, you're dying.
Once he gets put in disadvantage off stage, it's really hard also just due to the nature of his recovery. There's no way we went to Omega Battlefield.
Light's too bright for you guys?
Oh. He went to Suzaku Castle in the D-Money set.
So this is Shadu.
No, this is Kit's counterpick.
Oh well.
But we did get Gerudo Valley though.
Yeah,
so we can't complain too much.
Yeah, I gotta take the good with the bad. I got my lights too bright line in, so I'm chilling.
Check that off your personal bingo card.
Yeah. It's always fun to mix sports metaphors into gaming.
Cleveland Cavaliers weeping right now.
Oh no! Kit weeping at that neutral beat not ending soon enough. Losing your stock way earlier than you think you would, but kind of getting schmixed in the first stock anyway. And continuing into the second.
Just putting him in the blender right now. Just consistently finding those early back airs just to set up for those juggle situations. And so consistent with getting, it feels, almost every stock so far has been Shadu getting a ton of early percent on Mithra, and then just switching to Pyro once it's like above 70%.
Dude understands his win con. Get the percent with the character that gets the percent. Switch the character that gets the kills. Fish for the kill option. We will see a lot of side Bs and down airs.
It's definitely a little harder to find those opportunities on FD, but I'm completely wrong apparently. So
immediate swap
never
back
mind.
to Mithra. Rinse and repeat.
Don't worry about me, man. Good. That's why Shadu's on the sticks right now. Making his way through this bracket. Trying to speed run this this Losers Quarter set right now. When Pyro comes out, she is not missing. You'll see some players as soon as they switch to Pyro, maybe they have to switch back in a bad spot, but making the most of it every single time she comes out. But Kit finally finding that first stop with that Shoryuken, but so much work left to do. Ooh, the Lightning Buster coming out, but not getting that launch hitbox.
Oh, yep, here it is. Here's the game plan.
And taking this FD also means that Kit does not have platforms to land on to reset and disadvantage, which Shadu's been taking full advantage of.
We're on FD, and this is a Shoto-friendly stage. You think.
I think it's really good for Aegis. Just if the Aegis player is good at ledge trapping and is good at, you know, juggling on stage, which Shadu has absolutely shown to do both, perfectly fine going here against the Shado. And you're going to eat that back air.
Was it back air? I thought it was a down air.
It was back air. Pyro down air and back air are very similar.
Yeah. Okay.
But one of them sends at a very different angle that kills very early.
Not going to lie, I think both would have at that percent.
Yeah, if you get the confirm just right there on that down air.
Yeah. Either way, the win con for Shadu is very obvious, and Kit seemed to have an idea of how to get around it toward the end of that game. Almost got his shield popped because of it, but I do think he's learning.
We go another change of scenery here, going to Kalos.
209, Route 209.
You are going to run in the same situation here, though, where if you get juggled in a bad position on stage, there are no platforms for you to land on. There's nowhere to escape if you can.
Yeah, this is just this is a who lives longer.
Sometimes I think that players, and this may not be the case for Kit's thought process, there may be something I'm missing, but I do think sometimes players focus on what a counter pick does for them more so than what it does for the other player. Because often a lot of times I will counter pick based on what it takes away from who I'm playing against. So if you're getting juggled mid-stage a lot and not being able to find ways to land, you want those platforms kind of like a battlefield.
Or maybe a Hollow Bastion or a Smashville.
Yeah.
Just somewhere to land. And it looks like Kit has
not been able to find a place to land.
You know, he's been put onto the platforms, not by choice.
But getting back to those platforms on the side is so difficult. But, you know, you are going to live longer here. It has bigger blast zones. Ken's got some meat on his bones, but that's not going to matter when you get hit by that pirate back air. You can use that retreating just to get out of those situations and very, very safe. And that Nair is just such a hindrance for Ken to find any meaningful openings.
It just takes away any of Ken's approach options. Like, you can't even focus around it. Okay, but Nair to Nair, getting a little bit of damage, disengaging at a good time, not getting the proper punish. I hate to see it when you're already down so much to whiff a punish like that. Just
firing the neutral with those shields, but finding an earlier down air there, so you know, absolutely still in this game is Kit. But starting to see those juggles happen once again, using that side platform to extend, but not getting the follow-up afterwards. Xeno switched to Pyro pretty early, but that down air not going to kill just yet. The bigger blast zone is paying dividends there.
I was just about to say, like, 72% seems a little early for Pyro, especially on Kalos.
And on Ken, so yeah, not quite going to take it. That down air up air will not take it either.
One more?
Living to see another day, but...
One more? Surely another one.
Yeah. Are you talking about another down air?
Oh, yeah. What about not? Oh, up airs.
Yeah, falling up air
no,
will
that's not
absolutely
working.
safe too if your XC is at the right positions, but yeah. Shadu just continuing to stay on this Pyra, not able to find these openings, not going for any grabs, and now so much rage stacked onto that Ken, and he will reverse the situation and get that stock at about 70%.
Yeah, the stubbornness is kind of starting to show in Shadu, not opting to go to any other character, but staying with the Pyra to take the stock with the back air, and immediate switch to Mythra. So it does seem like he's hard stuck on the game plan of use Mythra to get to X% and then switch to Pyra to close it out, regardless of situation. That's the
It
stock.
may not even need Pyro right now, but yeah, just
Whoa,
not
I was
forcing
lying.
the issue. But some good percent there. Has hit all the way up to 80 already, and back to the Pyro once again. But will we see a similar story where just cannot find that last meaningful hit and hit reversals with that Shoryu?
Doesn't take much for Ken to get what he needs. And focusing down through that up air.
That's important too, is with Pyra stuck out, Ken has free reign to go for those focuses to get back onto stage. Pyra does not have those multi-hits Mythra does, so this is a boon absolutely for Hit to continue to have to deal with Pyra.
I don't know about that. I would have really liked to see a grab in that situation. You had him in the shield, and he's been showing that he's been patient every single one of these
That's going to
opportunities.
take it,
and
getting it
up
that
B.
Shoryu, and oh, just barely not killing.
Just a little bit more will do it, but shout out Kalos for keeping Shadu alive just a little bit longer. Dashing to the middle of the stage. Kit trying to find any opening, but the back air calling out the jump will send us to a game 4. Whew.
Yeah, just not showing any desire to grab there in any of those situations, so Kit has no reason to drop shield there. Just has to continue to wait for the right opening, whether it's to get an up tilt Shoryu, whether it's to get that back air like he found there. You're completely comfortable in that situation. You don't have anything to be afraid of because you're not getting grabbed.
Yeah, in the entire game, I was seeing it, and more so in that game than the last two. They've just been shielding in each other's faces a lot. And I think Kit could get a little bit off of a grab here and there, but I do understand the fear of not wanting to throw out a move and get punished by Pyra, because that's when Pyra's out, you know Kit knows exactly what Shadu's thinking. Down air, side B, get the kill.
And
so
I do like the pick though for small battlefield because now you have the mix up of playing on platforms as well. So that down air will make its way through the platform to connect with Ken. But if it doesn't, then you're safe on the platform.
never mind. Nope, it's Omega
No,
again.
did he mean to? I guess.
They are not stopping, so.
And if we're gonna go to an Omega, go to like anything else.
Make it fun. Like there's
I would take Hanon. That's how desperate I am.
like if you're gonna pick a stage for the music, you can just go to that stage with that music. Like I think if I recall seeing it correctly, it was Metal Gear Solid music. Like Shadow Mills' Island is a stage.
I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool name for a stage. Shadow Moses, bringing the people back to Egypt.
I started to watch The Prince of Egypt on a flight a while ago, and I got like 20 minutes in, and then we got stuck on the runway for a while.
It's the worst.
But
It's almost like one of those like 7 plagues.
so the 8th flag, not being able to finish a movie.
No,
Just being eternally frustrated.
No, the 8th plague is like delayed flight.
Delayed flight. Oh my god, that's worse.
Pharaoh folds immediately, dude.
I would.
Dude, I don't give a shit about Locust. I don't give a shit about you killing my firstborn. If I'm on delayed flight for 2 hours, kill me.
Dude, we were on that runway for 3 hours.
Oh, no. Yo, people can go. Like, you can go. Let my people go.
We got off the plane and just spent the night in Atlanta.
Okay.
We're finally getting a kill though on Mythra. Getting that up smash, you know, finding its way through the focus with that multi-hit. So maybe Shadu is finally realizing the Pyro only at the higher percents was not going to cut it here in the set. So that's how he's able to find his way back in here.
And eventually, not eventually, that Mythra F smash is really good.
Up smash too can definitely do some stuff there in that mid stage.
Grab the kid.
But speaking of a shield break, breaking news. Doesn't quite move him far enough to the right to get that counter spike. I think a tipper F smash would have done the job as well.
Perhaps. But it didn't end up mattering, luckily, for Kit. But yeah, the down air to down air, maybe he just panics or trying to do it quicker than normal. it looked close enough, but I did think that an F smash would just be a better option.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there. Got the job done shortly after. So now Kit working on potential Game 5 force here. And now the Pyra is coming back out again. And this is easy pickings for Kit right now. He's figured out the game plan on this Pyra at the higher percent, and now it's up to Shadu to mix up. He needs to find these grabs, maybe some forward tilts, down tilts on the ground versus this really focused aerial game.
Yeah, and that's another Nair punish with the up B. We got a Game 5. I figured he was learning, and Kit figured out parry up B. He just like waited for Shadu to throw out the down air, and then got his little combos with Ken, and eventually one down tilt is all it needs.
And Shadu continues to pick the theme of love from Metal Gear apparently, and I don't know if he's loving the way that this set's turning.
He's not even listening to it.
I believe they do have audio.
Oh, they have a speaker?
Okay.
Okay.
Setup, so.
Okay.
If not, that'd be wild. That's like the people that like the person they're playing against counterpicks music, but they don't even listen to the audio themselves. So they just pick like 75M environmental noise.
Only the finest of music choices. But we're back on FD during the day.
Kid just getting right back to work here. What was a common theme in those early games was Shadu finding those early leads with Mythra and then just being able to sit on Pyra. But now Kid's starting to figure out what to do neutral those earlier percents, so he's able to keep up and make it less comfortable for Pyra to come out. But finally getting a grab there. So now that's something for Kid to have to think about.
Yeah, I can't remember a grab that Shadu's gotten since Game 1, but yeah. Getting hit with that down air, you already know what's going to happen next. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, what? I didn't expect any of those things to hit after another.
You saw the deer in the headlights come out from Shadu in the player cam, too. He was not expecting that to confirm either.
I thought the first hit was going to send him in to knockback, and he wasn't going to get a conversion off of it. And then the second hit felt the same way. And then the down air, like, all right, cool, I'm just losing a stock, I guess. And cool, I'm just getting comboed to 74%. I haven't even had a chance to switch to Pyra yet. Not that he would, Kid's only at 46%.
Pyra also just has a much worse disadvantage state too. Not having that foresight, just not having as good an aerial drift. But yeah, getting that down air into the up smash once again, but not going to kill just yet. Going to need one more of those to seal out this second stock. But we are seeing just the raw up smash on the shield drop. That was so good.
Another shield pop. Yeah, that's just a solid F smash. Swift sidekick.
Yeah, I'm loving this Game 5 from both players. Good adaptation on both sides, which is how we get here. But, man, just couldn't get the final hit of that Lightning Buster, but not taking any percent for it. Just trying to slowly find his way in. But we do see the Pyro come out just for a brief moment.
Yeah, probably just to push some distance, get a little bit of damage, but this is where that big damage comes in. And immediately switching back for the Pirate. Adapting to the edge guard. Shadu showing that he can.
Yeah, he was on the ledge a little too long, got the one hit from the side B, forced him to drop down, and then just in perfect position and timing to catch the immediate up B afterwards. So fantastic awareness from Shadu.
We didn't see that the entire set. Shadu was not touching Kit's recovery like, at all. And then just to throw out that down air when it mattered most in Game 5 on the stock of Champ,